Good morning, good morning, good morning. Come on in the room. Make sure you grab your drink, your coffee, your tea, or whatever your choice may be. Let's get this Monday morning started. Let's get our day started. Hopefully, I'll be a blessing to someone, and they'll be a blessing to me as well in the engagement and conversation. Well, we got a lot to talk about, a lot, but not so much. Monday morning is tough for people to get up, especially if they don't have to. So we gonna wait for some people to come on in here. Good morning, Tweety Bird. Thanks for joining me this morning. Thank you all up in the skybox. Thanks for joining me. Make sure you hit that like button. If you like the conversation, share it out. It's not gonna hurt. Everything is free this morning. A share is free. A like is free. A subscription is free. Everything's free this morning. I'm giving away that for the holidays. Woo, it's a tough morning. Hey, sis, what's going on? Happy holidays to you, beautiful. I see your scripture here. Thank you for blessing us with your scriptures in the morning. Love you much. That's my other sister. Today we gonna talk a little bit about Lil Wayne selling the masters, not only his master, Nicki's, Tyga's, and Drake for $100 million. And Nicki and Drake master alone can be more than $100 million. But he sold it. I guess he sold it to get out of Hawk. I don't know. But we gonna talk about that. We gonna talk about the lockdown. Okay, so UK is in a lockdown right now, so it's no Christmas for UK. People are fleeing the UK, but other countries are shutting their doors to the UK citizens because a different strand of the virus is coming out. Go figure, you guys. Just go figure. Sometime I wonder about this stuff. But a new strand is coming out. So the UK is on a restricted lockdown. So you have people who fled the UK coming over to other countries, going over to other countries for safety. However, if I'm not mistaken, other countries are not letting them in. And then we go talk about picking your battles. Picking your battles when you fighting all these battles that you don't have to. And I'm gonna give you tips on how to pick your battles. Some battles aren't ours to fight. We can't fight them, and we need to learn those battles. We need to prioritize and see what's most important to us before we start fighting with everybody for whatever reason. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the UK first. I'll let some more people come in, but this is very important, and I want you to pay close attention to why I'm placing emphasis on the UK lockdown. Because normally what one country does, another one follow. So if you got a new strand of this C19 and the UK is on lockdown, then you know it's most likely coming our way. And we have to be prepared. See, people been telling us to get prepared, get prepared, get prepared. And when I hear that, a couple of thoughts trigger. One is they're warning me. Why are they warning me? In most cases, do they know something? Do they know something that we don't know? And again, I believe a lot of things are known and they just put it out to the public after the load get heavy. And what I mean by that, so the UK come up with this news saying they have a new strand of this C19. And so they do this immediately restriction and lockdown. And at 4 o'clock UK time on Friday, they dropped this bomb that the UK is going on this restricted lockdown and cancel Christmas. Now, we're going to talk about Christmas too, because with all that's going on, we don't need extra burdens. We don't want a holiday to seem like a burden to us. So I'm gonna read a little story about this UK thing, and then we'll move on. I'll expound on it more. The United Kingdom has entered a period of intense restriction after a mutation of the C19 was discovered spreading rapidly through the population of London and the southeast and east of England. Most of the country faced a strict lockdown as Christmas approaches, and several countries throughout Europe has banned travel from the UK. The British government put several parts of England into what's known as Tier 4 restriction after the spike in infection. Prime Minister Boris Johnson announced the new restrictions on Saturday. Given the early evidence we have on this new variant of the virus, the potential risk it poses, it is with a very heavy heart, I must tell you, we cannot continue with Christmas as planned, Johnson said. In England, those living in Tier 4 areas should not mix with anyone outside of their household at Christmas. Now, here's the crazy thing. That's control. I just hate control, but sometimes you have to do what's best for, all the time you should do what's best for you and your family. So if they have this new virus, this new strand, good morning, Monty. Monty, I'm going to check this morning in a few minutes at 9 o'clock. They open, baby, and I will immediately let you know upon leaving there. Okay, love you much, baby. So with this new strand, they do this restriction, they do this lockdown. So people are fleeing. One of my very good supporters, Brixton Babe. I know if you've been around these streets, you have seen Brixton Babe. Well, she's in the UK area. And so we want to offer up a prayer to her and her family that, they stay safe while they travel. I don't know if they up and left. We haven't seen her on the YouTube streets in a couple of days after it was announced. So hopefully they are fine, but a prayer doesn't cost anything, and prayer is powerful. So let's pray for the United Kingdom. But normally, what happens over in other countries travel to the United States. And with that being said, prepare for it. Prepare for it. I know some people have stockpiles and some people don't. Some people can afford stockpiles and some people can't. Get your bare necessities that will make you survive, will help you survive for a couple of days if we were to go into a mandatory lockdown. Now, they doing this transition with one administration to the other. So if anything take place, I would think it would be after the new administration is inaugurated. So keep that in mind. Get what you could get, stock up on what you could stock up on, continue to be cautious in your travels, in your work. Wear your mask. I don't recommend gloves because I'm going to tell you, when you wear gloves and you touch one surface, whatever you touch on that surface, you just taking it to the next surface. So what you're doing is cross-contaminating. So you don't need the gloves, but make sure you have hand sanitize, which is at least 99.9% of alcohol. Keep your hand sanitizer on you. Your mask, stay your distance. Nothing is really that important unless you have to work that you be out and about in a crowd. I was on a Zoom call last night, and one of the brothers was from Atlanta. Now, I'm on a Zoom call with a very big project. However, I'm not going to go into that. But I would think the people on the Zoom call are very intellectual people. They come from all walks of life, their background, and they have some background. Some of them have had high power jobs and this and that, and they're very intellectual. And some of us are mature in reference to age, and we may have a couple of younger ones there on this project. However, this dude said yesterday, you guys, that he was having a New Year's Eve bash with entertainers and all that. And I'm thinking, what the hell? and he lives in Atlanta. Now, I think Atlanta restrictions are minimal to none. You don't have to wear a mask there. I thought that's what I heard. I'm not sure. If you're in the Atlanta area, you could correct me or if you know about it. But anywho, my mind was, what the hell would you be giving an event with lots of people on, knowing with the lots of people knowing that this C-19 is still running rampant and is on the rise? So what you telling me is you don't really care about yourself or your loved ones contacting anything, and you damn sure don't care about the people who's going to be involved in the party and what artist is coming. Remember, they just had this big thing in Ohio with an artist, and they had over 500 people there. I mean, what kind of craziness is that? Because some people still believe that this is a hoax. Now, I have my different take on the C-19, and I've told you guys about my take on it. And I still believe that, but I still believe there is something going on. There is something out there, and we have to respect that. So, anywho, he was talking about this party, and in my mind, I'm surrounded by 20 people, and I'm looking, and one of the people asked him for the address. And this was a gentleman of a particular age. And I'm like, are you freaking serious? But he was serious. So some people are just not compliant. They just don't care. But you have to protect yourself. So the UK is on this mass restricted lockdown. So that lets me know it will be traveling. If he said, Boris Johnson, quote, there's a new strand. Now, what the hell is that? There's a new strand. That's crazy. So they have to see what this new strand is. And now I don't know if this vaccine will be against this new strand. This is just crazy. Something is going on. And all I can say is protect yourself. Now, let's talk about this crazy when we talk about protect ourselves. That's going to lead me into the story with Nicki, Tyga, Drake, and Lil Wayne. Somehow, these people in this industry sell their masters, and their masters is their collection of music, that has a pretty high price tag on it. And a lot of times they sell the masters to repay the debt that they owe to the music label, or to the music label or the management company, the debt that they owe. Hey, you can have my masters, you can front me this amount of money, or you can take whatever I owe to you by holding my masters. A lot of artists come back and want their master. This is my stern belief, and I'm not going to shy away from it. Whenever an artist goes back to get their master, all hell break loose. All hell break loose. They end up either, for most of the young artists, they do something stupid, they get them off, by law, and then they bring back something else. So now Lil Wayne, he faces these gun charges, federal gun charges. Most likely it has something to do. I know he had the guns on him. I don't know if he had the particular gun on. It was in the bus or in the vehicle that they was driving. He owned it, or he leased it, or he rented it. So that means he's responsible for everything in and all those people that's in that vehicle. So he has these federal gun charges now, right? My thing is, boom, there you go, Lil Wayne. You set yourself up, they set you up, and you probably going to do that bid. And it's federal. So whatever they give you federal, you're doing 98% of the time. So Lil Wayne is in some trouble. Come to find out, is revealed the other day that he sold Young Money master for $100 million. Under Young Money, it was Drake, Tyga, and Nicki. Now you know Nicki and Drake alone is popping. They're popping. So their music could have paid more than $100 million in the end. but he sold it. They didn't even know that he had sold Young Money's master until the other day. These people and their masters, what's so important about your masters is because that's music that these companies could get paid off for years. They own you. And that's why a lot of artists are going independent because they know when they sign with a record label, the record label owns you. And you are so eager to get a contract because this is what you want to do. For years, you wanted to be a rapper, a singer, or whatever. And they know that you don't redefine Prince. They'll tell you about it, but they don't tell you the real ins and outs. And it has happened to so many artists going way, way, way back. Speak about R. Kelly. I believe in my heart of hearts, it was because that dude wanted to buy his masters back that they just allow everything about his past life to come out so they can make sure they shut him away for life damn near, and he will never obtain his masters. He would never obtain it. So soon as he started digging around and wanting his masters back, they incarcerate him. They tell about all these terrible things he done. You knew he was doing that for 30 years. You guys stood behind him. You was part of it. You helped him do it. You covered it up. And now he won his masters back. And this is what you do to him. You let him be that monster for years because you was making money off of him and because he was ignorant and he didn't know what that masters was about and he wanted it back. So you said, no, you won't get your masters back, but I'll destroy your ass. That's what I'll do. I'll destroy you because I made you. I kept your dark secrets so you could live this lavishing life, and now you want it back, mofo? You crazy. I will imprisonate your ass. In some cases, I would even off you. Michael Jackson, you right, was one. Whitney Houston was one. They wanted their masters. You just got my young guy. And this is why I believe for some reason that this guy is innocent. I don't know, but he's innocent to me until proven guilty. But the mass media will manipulate a story to make us believe it. And they will pit our own people against us to set us up and to help destroy us. Prince is another one. See, you think these people have money and they powerful with their music. You know they write good music. You know the music is everlasting to some people. And they come back to get their masters and they end up dead or imprisonated. Hey, Queen, you got up this morning. Good morning, baby. I'll talk to you in a minute. And this is what you do. You destroy them because they want what's rightfully theirs in their mind, not realizing you sold that masters. You gave somebody authority over that masters. And now that you want it back, and I know you have the money to buy it back and the power, I'm going to get rid of you. Now, I believe this young brother. Let me go back to this. I believe in my heart of hearts about Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion. I believe something happened, but I believe that Tory Lanez possibly could have been set up and they sent Megan Thee Stallion to set him up. You know, a lot of these relationships, you guys, in Hollywood and in the music industry, they are arranged relationships. They really are. And incidents happen. So, in reference to Megan and Tory, if you notice when this incident came out, she dropped a new release, she dropped a new something, and he dropped one as well. It's propaganda. They do this just to get our attention so they could drop their music and everybody run to their music and they make millions. But I don't believe Tory Lanez is guilty. I don't. Now, if they prove that he's guilty, you know, then he's guilty. He has to do the time. But that young brother was offered an opportunity by Jay-Z. He declined the opportunity. He had took possession of his own masters, and now look what happened to him shortly after he did that. So We know the masters is very, very valuable to the music industry. And when these people get all these lavishing gifts and trips and chains and Maseratis and Rolls Royce and Bentleys and all that, you have sold your masters, and these people have fronted you this money, and now you get wise in the game when you see how valuable you are. See, you have to evaluate yourself. People don't evaluate themselves. They don't go into a job or an interview or wherever and say, I'm worth this. This is what you need to pay me, because you don't know the value of yourself. The same in the music industry and that Hollywood. They don't know the value. They do anything just to get on. And what they do, they sell their masters. So now this brother done sold Nicki and Drake's master. You know how valuable $100 million, believe it or not, that's a lot of money, but it's not a lot when you have a catalog that tough like Nicki and Drake. Basically, everything Drake drop is number one. Nicki, she's still in the game. She may be getting a little old, but she's still in the game. So I can imagine what her music catalog look like. But Young Money, Lil Wayne, the bum that he is, snaked them and sold their masters. So good luck to Nicki and Drake trying to get their masters back. Universal Studio is nothing more than a bunch of money hungry demons. And they do it to people all the time because you're so anxious. Be anxious for nothing but prayer and supplication in all things. Don't be anxious. Evaluate what somebody is telling you. Evaluate what you sign. Do not ever, even if you go into the music industry, this is a tip. Never use their lawyer. Get you an outside lawyer, a lawyer that don't have nothing to do with that company, that music company. Get an outside lawyer to read your contract and break your contract down to you before you sign anything. So they sign their lives away. And when they want their life back, now to me, this just me, y'all already know I'm a conspiracy theorist and how I think. Now to me, you make a deal with the devil anyway when you get in those industries. When you get in the music industry and you get in the Hollywood industry and all that, you selling your soul to the devil, and you just don't know. But a lot of that stuff they know, but you don't know. So you should never use their lawyer. They always say, well, we got a lawyer, and they buddy up to you. We're gonna take care of you. We're gonna make sure you get the best deal. You are all in, you're happy, you sign, and then years later you find out they duped you. And there's nothing you could do. Anything in the contract damn near stands. 99.9%, whatever is in a legal binding contract, whether it's on toilet paper, paper towel, a piece of brown paper, if you signed it, you made agreement to it, is a legal binding contract. Be very careful when you sign stuff. You live and you learn. You live and you learn. So that's the deal with Lil Wayne and Nicki and them. And so now he sold it for $100 million. Nicki and them just finding out, and good luck with them getting it back. Good luck. But here's another thing, and this will lead me into saying this. Picking your battle, choosing your battles to fight. I see quite often in real life and in this virtual world that people fight battles. They fight battles that they know they can't win. But because they protect who they are, or they always so quick to defend themselves, they start fighting these damn battles they can't win. Every battle is not yours to fight. You don't need people to validate who you are. So if they say something bad about you, you don't need those people unless you believe that shit, unless you believe the names that they calling you, the things that they saying about you, the things they're doing is you. You don't have to fight those battles. We need to pick our battles. We don't fight every battle. Every battle is not ours to fight. Sometimes you can let shit go. God will work it out for you if you believe. You need to choose wisely. People will see you doing good. Or let me tell you something in life. If you're around people long enough, they tend to know your weaknesses and your strength. They know when you're trying to overcome something, when you're trying to go in a certain direction, when you're trying to achieve something great for you. They know that they have watched and studied you. And then when they find out your weaknesses, they attack you with your weaknesses. That's where you have to, whatever weakness you have to acknowledge that weakness and try to strengthen it. Don't allow people to you use you as a weapon against you, okay? Things you say and do, people could use those things as a weapon against you. You find yourself in a hamster wheel going round and 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 not getting out because you're trapped. Because you have allowed people to see your weakness and they're using it to attack you. And that's fair game. That's fair game because people don't know shit about you unless you put it out there. Unless you tell someone they don't know anything about me. Unless I come here and tell you that I have two husbands and two families and we live in a polygamous relationship and this is how that go. You don't know nothing about me but what I tell you. It ain't shit you really could look up that you could learn about me, that you can expose me with. I don't have a record, so you can't expose me. So when people try to humiliate you, they use the weapon that you have given them. Every battle you don't have to fight. Every call you don't answer. I don't. I don't. I pick my battles. I know damn well that if I'm a blood and I have the Crips or whoever they are, and I walk up their block, I'm asking for freaking trouble. If you mention someone's name or you say something about them, they're coming for you. They're coming for you. You know, every battle you don't have to fight. So what if you call me? Listen, they call me names all the time. This girl said that I'm a weed smoker and I need to go smoke some weed and my black lips tell. I don't even smoke weed. I don't entertain that bullshit. I know I don't. So you don't know anything about me. So why would I get down here and make videos upon videos after videos and videos and videos defending who I am? Shit, I know who I am. I didn't need you to tell me who I am. I don't need you to tell me. I don't need you to validate shit about me because I stand solid on who I am. But if I answer every call, I find myself in the hamster wheel. Even if I'm trying to do something positive, even if I'm trying to do something different, even if I'm trying to clean myself up if I was a crackhead, every time you get mad at me, you go call me a crackhead and I'm an answer, then I'm a crackhead. Then I'm telling you I am a crackhead because I don't have to defend my damn self against what you say. But I find people fighting battles that they just can't win and they just can't change. There's there, I'm gonna tell you, and I say this, and this is just me. There's demons that you can't fight. You can't even fight no damn demon. You're not prayed up enough, fast up enough. You don't have that gird on that you can even fight demons. So why do you fight every time somebody say something? Why do you have to defend yourself at the job, at school, in a relationship? You don't always have to defend yourself. People are entitled to think what the hell they want to think. I don't care what you think. I give two shits less about what you think about me. People say I'm cold. because I just don't care about some shit. I don't have enough time to care about it. And why should I care about it? Is not really a factor in my life. You have to know how to pick your battles. You can't fight every battle. You don't have to defend who you are. If you know who you are, don't defend it. Don't defend nothing they say. Let them say it. Keep on moving. I mean, really, what do these people know? Only what you tell them. You know, in life, people only know what you tell them. I tell my family all the time. I tell you what I freaking hate. I hate that goddamn Facebook. I hate this social media platform. I just hate those things sometimes because what people do, they have a problem with their family, or they woke up that morning, they had a little battle with their husband or their mother, their sister, their brother, their child, and what they do, they run to Facebook. Girl, see, today ain't the effing day for me. These bees ain't gonna mess with me today. I'm just gonna keep, pushing and moving, and I don't give a F whether he want me or not. And now there you go, telling your business. And what happens when you get mad at me? You say, yeah, that's why your fucking husband don't want you. You stinking whore, you this and that. Your husband don't want you. He cheated on you because you brought it on social media. And millions of people see social media. So you bringing your problem and you putting it in the street, and then you have a problem. You have a problem when they use that shit against you. You can't. You can't. You told them. I told you my husband cheated on me with my girlfriend. Right. I told you that. So now when you get mad at me, you gonna tell me how my husband cheated on me. I wasn't shit. He didn't want me. You gonna really hype it up. You gonna put 20 on a 10 just to hurt me. You can't tell your business. You can't use social media as an outlet. Unfortunately, you can't. You can't go on the job and tell your coworkers about you and your husband and your family relationships. Let me take a pause here and I'll get back to it. Good morning, Pat Mooney. Thank you. CJ Jones, thank you. Beth, Monty, of course. Lameek, my man. Hey, baby. And everyone who Queen Diva, thank you for joining me. Everyone who's joining me this morning. But I think this is so important. You put your business out here. You tell people your business. People won't know your business unless you tell them. That's why it's so important for you to keep your business to your damn self. Keep your business to yourself, because people use your business, what you told them. Yeah, they wouldn't know if you didn't tell them. What you told them, they use it against you. I used to tell my kids, and black people, I'm gonna tell you, black families do this all the time. What happens in our house, stay in our house. You don't go out and tell no one our business. Now, that could be a double-edged sword, because some things happen in families that shouldn't happen when it comes to abuse and neglect, and you don't go out and tell when you really should tell someone. But you should tell someone of importance. You should tell your guidance counselor or something like that if you're in school, or I know I used to be a school nurse, and I've seen a couple of cases of children and abuse, physical abuse, and they would bring them in my office, and I would have to assess their bodies, and they will have bruises on them in more than one case. And then you have to document it, and you have to call the authorities. And then the parents come up there, and the parents want to whoop your ass. But you done whooped on that baby, and that's the problem. He has bruises. She has bruises on her. She had fractures. Something happened. That's when you should tell somebody to get yourself out of danger. But again, kids don't know that, because we're always told what happened in our house, stay in our house. And so that could be a double-edged sword in that case alone. But anything else, you need to tell. Sometimes you need to tell. But here's the bad thing. You get on here and tell all your business. You don't have to tell all your business. Everybody don't know. I remember when I was going through a bad period in my life, I have always, and you could look at me now, and not to brag, but I'm telling you facts about me. I carry myself well. I'm a 58-year-old woman. I look damn good. Can't nobody tell me different. See, so calling me ugly, black lips, big ears, big nose, that don't bother me because I know I'm a good looking woman. But I remember I was going through a rough period, and I will go to work every day. I'll go to church. I'll go to whatever ever gathering I had, and no one would ever know that I was suffering sometime. I would tell someone close to me, my sister would know, or somebody like that. But anybody outside of my family or my trusted friend or person, I didn't tell. You couldn't see it. I didn't go out there and say, yeah, I'm doing so and so is happening to me and da da da. I didn't tell people my business. I told people who I know I could trust and who would help me. Now, this is a key. Who would help me resolve whatever problem I had. Not who would add to it, see, but who would help me resolve whatever problem I was having. Good morning, Chop It Up News. Thanks for joining me, beautiful. Who would ever help me? Love you too, Monty. Have a great day at work. I will look, sweetheart, and I will text you and let you know. Be safe, baby girl. But I would tell somebody that I know who could help me, not who couldn't help me. What the hell am I going to tell somebody my business that I know who would spread it and who would use it against me and not help me resolve any problem I have? It was a waste. But I said that to say every battle you don't have to fight. You don't tell everybody your business. People use what you say against you. Even though you don't want them to do that, that's what they do. And that's here in this virtual world, and that's in the real world. Your business is your business. When you come and put it on public display, it's all our business. And people can use that against you. So that's just a tip. You don't need it. I mean, and when you do things for people, you do it from the heart. Don't do it to throw it in their face. Just do it from the heart. We have a lot going on now, you guys. We got a lot of people out here who's going to be destitute, believe it or not, homeless, no food, no shelter. I mean, no shelters with the homeless, no money, no job. It's going to be a lot of people. All you could do sometime is offer up a prayer. Just pray for them. Prayer is powerful. You don't get yourself in a bind. Just pray for people. We got a lot going on, and we need to make sure that we are in constant prayer, to uplift people. There's a lot, like I said, there's a lot going on. So you guys can look for that second wave. Make sure you prepare yourself, because they already say that, the UK. Now, I don't know how many people choose to get this vaccine. I choose not to. I really choose not to. But when we choose not to, what are we going to do? What are we going to do when they mandate this? And they won't allow you to work, fly, go to any events, go to the grocery store, go to wherever you want to go, any social gatherings. You won't be able to vacation or do anything. So when they make it mandatory, what choice do we have? And that bothers the hell out of me. I don't like anyone to have control over me. But so now they pushing out millions of these vaccines. Haven't even really been thoroughly tested and proven. Nope, too fast. When you work on vaccine, you work on these things for years. Any type of inoculation that they give you, they have worked on it for years. Now, all of a sudden, this one rolls out and it's okay. That's crazy. I would pray that they wouldn't make it mandatory and we have to take this vaccine. I really don't want to. I don't take the flu shot. Some people are okay with the flu shot. I don't take it. It is somewhat mandatory at the job, but you can always do what they call a declination. And the only thing when you do that, they say you have to wear a mask year round. I mean, until that period is over. And so who cares? And that was before the C-19. That was just with the flu shot. You had to wear a mask when you care for people. But I really don't care because I didn't want to take the flu shot. I just didn't want to take it. Both times I took it, I got really, really, really sick. And so from that point on, I chose not to take it. And I've never had the flu. Glory to God. I've never had the flu. And I've worked in the sickest of sick environments, and I've never gotten really sick like that. So I chose not to take it. I don't know about this new vaccine coming up, what they're going to do. Are they going to make us take it? I didn't have much to say. I want to go back to this, and I'll close out with this. When you find how to pick your battles, and I'm going to do that a little bit. I think I had it up here. How to pick your battles. Hold on, you guys. Here goes some tips on how to pick your battle. Only fight about issues that are truly important. Evaluate the consequences of an argument. So, evaluate the consequences. Pick your battles about knowing how important it is to you to fight this battle. 2, make a plan. Take a moment to calm down and think a problem through. Again, we act off of emotions. So immediately we respond. We don't think about it. How am I responding to this situation going to affect me? How's it going to affect me? Negatively and positively. How would it affect me? So you need to calm down. In any situation, it's important that we listen to hear, not listen to rebuttal, but listen to hear. So make sure you pick your battles. Pause for the cause, review your motivations. We just said that basically. Don't react immediately. Choose the right time. Talk, don't yell. And here's another thing. We constantly yell at each other. We think because we yell and overtalk somebody else, we're getting our point across. That's not true. See, people not hearing you then. They hearing you. I'm sorry, they're hearing you. They not listening. They're just ready to respond, and you start having this rapid response, and then you start this arguing. Then each other yell over each other, and you never truly hear what someone was saying to you. Sometimes I know I'm not the only one to experience this. You get into this heated argument, and then when it's all over and you finally digest what a person was saying, you were wrong. You were wrong, and they was telling you that you was wrong. And now that your dumb self done settled down and thought about what someone was saying, you were wrong. You were wrong as two left shoes. That's one case. Another case is this. You start arguing with somebody and y'all back and forth. Y'all just arguing, and saying the same thing. You two are saying the same damn thing. But because you setting yourself up to just respond, you don't even hear that you're saying the same thing. You're just saying it a little different. Yeah, that happens quite a bit. And people don't like to agree to disagree. It's cool. It's cool. I don't believe that, but I'll go ahead and, we can agree to disagree, and I'm going to keep it moving. I'm not going to try to keep making you see my point of view because you don't want to see my point of view. You don't want to resolve something. You don't really want to communicate. You just want to yell and holler. And that's all. And then again, communicate. That's it. Learn communication. But it's so important, you guys. I see it all the time for us to pick our battles. I pick my battles. I pick my battles because I know I can't win some battles by myself. So I just don't even fight them. I think about them, but I don't fight them. There's no need to fight them. I can't win. I can't win a battle against 100 people and I'm one person. It's just impossible. It's physically, mentally, and spiritually impossible. So I don't even go fight that battle. There's no need for me to fight that battle. But people do it all the time. Pick your battles, guard your energy. It's difficult for people to change when they trying to change if they keep going in the same environment. I did a stereo show with somebody yesterday, and I was telling them about when people are imprisoned. You know, when they are in prison, they spend a lot of times in prison. If they go to prison, say for instance, for slinging drugs on the block on Pipsy Street, and you know they grew up on Pipsy Street, and the people are still on Pipsy Street, they go and they do a bid for 10 years, and they come back out and they go on Pipsy Street. What do you think will happen to those people? They gonna go back to being the people they are if they not strong enough. So a lot of times when people are incarcerated, to me, they need to have programs where they will, when they release a person, they will release a person in a different environment with a job and give them a fresh start, a couple of dollars in their pocket, somewhere to live, and with a fresh start. So you don't send them back on Pipsy Street with Malik and Joe and all these people, and they still on that same block after you done did a 10-year bid slinging drugs. Why would you put them back into that environment? It's the same thing everywhere, you guys. If you're trying to change or you're trying to do something different, you have to get out of the same environment. You cannot change in the same constant environment. You have to get up and move. And it's the same as having a prison mentality. I know I'm here, I'm confined here, I'm safe here. You know I can't do the things I did, but as soon as you let me out and put me back on Pipsy Street, I'm going to go back to slinging. After maybe a week of not finding a job, not getting this support I need, I'm going to go back to doing what I know to do. That's all I know to do. You didn't set me up with something different. You didn't show me something different. You incarcerated me, but you didn't incarcerate my mind. And sometimes you incarcerate my mind, but you put me right back there on Pipsy Street. So when you're trying to change and do something different, you have to move. You have to move out that environment. You have to move from that job. You have to move from that college. You have to move from that relationship. And sometimes you have to move far away where the people that used to be in your circle are no longer in your circle in order for you to sustain your difference. Because they go always want to see you as Little Willie on Pip Street. They go always see you as that because you've been Little Willie for years. You grew up, you've been Little Willie. So in order to change, you have to change environments sometime. That's so important. That's so important. When you want to make a change your environment. Change the people you hang around with. Change your way of thinking. Because your past is always going to come up. That's just a fact. Your past is always going to come up, and people want you to live in the past. And you know more about your past to defend your past than your future, because you're not even looking at your future. You're defending your past. So with that being said, I'm going to get ready to get out of here. I told you it's just an hour show. Thanks for joining me. Make sure you hit that like button. It doesn't cost you anything. It was for free this morning. And for those who joined me, thank you so, so much. I appreciate you coming. I did make a commitment. I will be back tonight. I think Diva and I have to go shopping. My sister Diva is here visiting me, and I think we have to go get some gifts. But if you don't have it this holiday, don't feel bad if you don't get anyone a gift. Don't feel bad at all. Everyone should be understanding at this particular time what is going on. And so if they don't receive a gift, oh well, don't feel bad. Don't let anyone make you feel bad. Two, with children, think about it, children. Think about children. They don't count gifts. You count gifts. If you can't buy them but $5 store items, they're children. They're just excited to get a new toy. Don't put that financial stress on yourself. Don't put the financial stress on you. Just give them what you can. Don't outdo yourself. Because remember, most people who spend large amounts of money that they really, really don't have to make a kid happy is not even to make a kid happy, it's to make you happy. Be happy with knowing what you can do. Don't set yourself up for financial hardship by trying to celebrate this holiday. It's become so commercialized that the meaning is not even there what it's supposed to mean because they have commercialized it so much. Don't put a financial burden on yourself. Remember, if you use that credit card, you have to pay that credit card. They're gaining interest off of you. They're making money off of you. So before you go out and spend that credit card, take money out your savings, money that you don't have to put a smile on your child's face. Is two ways you can invest. Invest in their future by maintaining your credit or whatever, and invest in some stocks for them. Okay, invest in some stocks. Start trying to create generational wealth. Don't buy that 500 PS5 because your kid need it. Invest at least 250 if you can into that upcoming stock that's going to hit. Create generational wealth. Try to get your kids financially secure by investing in the long-term items, not this hot ticket items. See, because the people who made that PS5, I can guarantee you they millionaires. They're millionaires. The chips in that, the chips that goes in those games, they are hot stocks right now. You probably don't even know that. You probably don't even know that Intel chip, that Rayon chip, or that AMD chip in that component is a hot damn stock now. Just the chips. You didn't know that probably, but I'm giving you a tip. The chips that goes into those games are hot stock purchases right now. Go out and purchase the chip. Go invest in the chip because the chip is going to keep reinventing itself, basically reinventing itself, and you're going to make money. The PS5, they're going to change next year. That chip is going to change, but that chip's going to get you some money. So invest in your kids. Don't worry about buying all those gifts. Just thank God that you are living, you have shelter, and you have a job, and whatever needs God has met for you. Just thank God you have those things, and tell your children the value of those things and not the PS5, the Sega Genesis, the Roblox, or whatever. Remember, you buy your kids Roblox, the maker of Roblox stock is waiting to go public, and that's what you invest in, not the Roblox itself, the stocks. Exactly. With that being said, I'm going to get ready to get out here. Thank you for joining me. Make sure you hit that like button. Ooh, my hot stock pick for this week is AMD. I just explained a little bit about AMD. AMD is the chip. It's the chip that they put in these games, and a lot of technology is a technology chip that will continue to evolve. Go look up AMD and see. And if you have money, take a little bit of change and invest in AMD. That's the AMD chip. Red Afro is telling you, right? Red Afro, that's the AMD chip. Grab it, you guys. Grab it. Make sure that you take time. Sometime I upload some videos. I share some videos of some very wise people when it comes to investing. And I share those videos, and Red Afros know about investing. And I share those videos. And what I tell you, I'm not an expert. I'm not a financial advisor at all. I'm not a stock advisor. I'm just learning with you, and I see the importance of it. I see the importance of it. So I come back here and tell you, see, I'm not selfish. I share. I'm sharing you some stuff, sharing with you some stuff that I know will help you create generational wealth. With that being said, if your king's crown is crooked, help him straighten it up. If your queen's crown is crooked, help her straighten it up. Speak life and wisdom into your princes and princesses. They are your joint heirs, your future. Joint heirs, joint heirs. They need to inherit something. You need to build a legacy for them to be an heir to something, right? And generational wealth is one thing. Make sure it doesn't take much. As always, be a blessing and not a bother. It doesn't take much to bless someone. Hey, can I get that cup of coffee for you? Good morning, beautiful. I sure like your hat. I like that jacket. Hey, can I hold that door? I'll get those groceries and put them in your car. No problem. Here's a Mac muffin for you. It doesn't take us much. Just a simple saying. Just a simple little message could be a blessing to someone. I know someone was blessed here today, whether they was in the skybox or down here engaging. I know that. I know each time that I come on here that my purpose is to uplift, motivate, inspire, turn dust into diamonds, educate, be a mentor, whatever you take it for, is to be a positive motivation to my people, to my community. So, with that being said, I shall see y'all on the flip side. Stay safe.